Hello, everyone, and welcome to round 13 coverage of Grand Prix Cleveland. I'm Brian David Marshall. I'm joined by Pro Tour Hall of Famer Randy Buehler, and we are watching Eric Frolic play against Andrew Cuneo. Both these players are 10-2, and Andrew Cuneo, known for control decks. What kind of brew has he come up with here in Khans of Tarkir Limited?
So this is a Black-White Warriors deck, and I got to tell you, it is an upset that he didn't play a 2-power guy on the first turn. He's got 2 Mardu Woe Reapers and 2 Blood-Soaked Champions in his deck. 4 2-power 1-drops, 2 Chiefs. This is a great Black-White Warriors deck. It is hard to get.
And he's played nothing on turn 1 or turn 2. Eric Frolic, on the other hand, has played an Einok Guide and used it to go get his 3rd land.
Yeah, Eric's on Teamer. I mean, this deck's fine. No Savage Punches. It's fine.
Plays a Morph on turn 3.
Cuneo's deck, it's only 2-color. It looks spectacular. Oh, the Morph, by the way, among the options for the Morph, Master of Pearls.
Oh, wow.
I love this Cuneo list, but yeah, I mean, the fact that he's got nothing until the Morph it's not really the way the deck is drawn together.
So Morphs collide in the red zone. Jeering Instigator trades with Sage Eye Harrier. Another Morph from Eric Frolic. Had a 4th land, but he wanted that island, which is what he took the opportunity to go get. Another Morph from Cuneo. And I would not get the read on what his deck was the way these first couple turns have played out.
No.
Now Cuneo will take the hit from the Morph, no trades. 5th mana for Frolic. Representing Pinewalker here.
Sure. I don't know that you can, I mean, also Dragon Scale Bone.
Sure.
But
in comes the Morph. Eric Frolic has no block. And someone leads against the camera mount to tie their shoe. There's a Mardu Skull Hunter.
Wow, so Eric's got spell. Discard Summit Prowler.
He gets a Summit Prowler.
It's pretty good for Skull Hunter, right? Only 1 mountain in play for Eric, but still.
So he attacks. He goes to attack step, and it's going to get tapped with Pressure Point by Andrew Cuneo. Draws a card. Andrew untaps. So keep in mind, a loss for either of these players is going to just knock them out of contention.
Correct. Yeah, this is pod 4. The other person at this pod, and the guy who was drafting next to Eric Frolic, Reed Duke.
Oh, so just, your average everyday pod 4.
Cuneo, Frolic, and Duke.
So bitter revelation for Andrew Cuneo.
3 of the top 25
despite
in the game.
4 Jackal Pups.
This deck does not resemble the deck on this list that I'm looking at, yeah. I see Bellowing Saddle Brute.
I think we're going to get a Mardu Woe Reaper here. There you go. So Mardu Woe Reaper takes a creature card out of Eric's yard.
Mm-hmm.
And now plays another warrior.
Nice. 1 mana Sultai Scavenger.
Sultai Scavenger. That's going to get another card out of Eric Frolic's yard.
It triggers the Woe Reaper.
And Andrew's going to gain a little life back. So even when he's playing an aggro warrior deck, finds a way to have some control elements. So in comes the Morph from Eric Frolic.
I mean, we've been talking about the heater that Eric Frolic is on, but it's worth talking about Cuneo's performance lately. He's been in the top 25 at 3 of the last 4 Pro Tours.
Wow.
You know what he was in the 4th of those Pro Tours? 51st.
Oh my God.
I mean, I say top 51 at each of the last 4 doesn't sound as good.
No, yeah. It does not
top 25 at 3 of the last 4. And yeah, the one he did badly at was 51st.
All right, everybody comes in.
Oh, Sirach.
What?
Dragon Claw swings in. That's the highlight for Eric's teamer build.
Well, it's a pretty good highlight.
It is. Einok Guide wants to trade with Mardu Woe Reaper. That makes sense. So 5 damage threatening to go through, and Andrew's going to get his morph eaten. He does have a feat of resistance in his hand, I think I saw.
Right.
So he could save the morph.
Save them all.
Or could save the Woe Reaper. I don't know if he's got any other shenanigans, and I don't know what the morph is. Like if it's Master of Pearls, how good is that here?
Ugh.
I mean, it saves Woe Reaper and deals 1,000,000 damage. Right, it's plus 4 damage and save the Woe Reaper, but you still lose to Surak.
Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, he's thinking, right? He's gone into the tank about something. Maybe it is Master.
No,
No, it's just another Sage Eye.
Another Sage Eye Harrier.
Yeah, the bottom couple cards in his deck aren't spectacular. I mean, Sage Eye Harrier is not the best.
Plays a Hate Blade. Plays an Einok Bondkin. And
It's interesting, actually.
Content to try to mop this game up with.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew could have gone to Mardu. He has 2 Mardu Rough Riders in his sideboard, but just didn't want to mess with his mana. And I can't blame him.
I feel like we saw a lot of that in this last draft.
People
just
going
the
2 color,
the 2
don't mess
drafts
with
we
your mana.
watched were 2 colors.
Yeah, it's basically just the 2 Rough Riders. And yeah, his 2 color deck, I didn't even mention, 2 Harsh Sustenance in this deck too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and a Dagatar. He's drawn like all the worst cards in his deck, and he still might be winning this game.
All the worst cards in the deck and facing off a Surak Dragonclaw.
He's still ahead, right?
It's close. It's 12.
close.
Eric's at 12. Cunio's at 15.
Eric has a grimace on his face, but so does Andrew. Yeah, the Hate Blade and the Surak are just going to kind of stare at each other, right?
Eric kind of has grimace face. I mean, that's
Fair.
You know, a semi-regular resting grimace face. Yeah. So, Eric sends in the morph.
Andrew's just going to take this, I think.
I think so.
It's either that or trade the Hate Blade for it, but then what do you do about
He does
Surak?
not want to trade the Hate Blade. He has other plans for that Hate Blade. He just gets in for 2. What does Eric follow up in his second main phase with? Does that bring low mana there?
Could be.
Oh, passes the turn. Maybe wants to represent bring low mana. Yeah, no, that is a molting snakeskin. I just saw Andrew Cuneo draw.
It is. It's pretty good on Scavenger here, right?
Yeah.
It's even got a feat of resistance to defend it with.
And then,
You had to look at the list. You didn't believe it when you first saw it.
So he does
there's
have
the bring
the bring
low,
low.
but there's the feat. Wow. Oh, what's your life?
Oh,
12?
2
How about
attacks.
I take half of it
Yeah.
and now have regeneration mana? Andrew Cunio, ladies and gentlemen.
Flies in for 6.
Doing what he's known for. Jackal Pups and Molting Snakeskin. You're speechless.
I am a little speechless. I'm just happy Marshall isn't here to see this.
Eric has to read the card. That's awesome. I think he's just double checking the regeneration cost. Scoops it up.
Wow. Shows him. Face down card, of course.
Willie locks it on. It's always Willie locks it on.
And Andrew Cuneo takes game one. Does
He
not
drew all
even-
the bad cards.
Does not get a remotely good draw for what his deck is capable of doing.
Crushes him. Crushes Eric Frolic, who's... You can't help but laugh. When Andrew Cuneo beats you with Molting Snakeskin, don't you have to laugh about it?
We got a wry grin out of him. All right, so we're going to check in on the match between Mark Herberholz and Valentin Mackle. So,
You and Marshall watched Mark draft this deck?
yeah, he ended up being just like straight blue-white. And we thought there was another Jeskai drafter.
Looks like we found him.
And looks like we found a Sandstep Outcast for Valentin Mackle on turn 3 with all his Jeskai mana available. Rage form gets Disdainful Stroked.
I was initially worried about Mark's curve, but the Disdainful Stroke helped a lot.
Yeah, Mardu Horde Chief. Makes a token. Whoa.
It's the same person.
Yeah, the
tying
same
their
person
shoe.
tying their shoe.
See it on the other table now. Those Jeskai students can hold off a lot, right?
Yeah, I really like those cards. That card for that.
I mean, there's a lot of flyers in Mark's deck, but I haven't really found much of that yet.
No.
Valentin pauses. Moving awfully fast for someone who's paused.
So reveals, take up arms, flip up, Watcher of the Roost, get in, and then plays a Whirlwind Adept. In comes the team. Outlast.
Interesting little race these guys have gotten themselves into. Only the one warrior token available for Mark to defend himself with, yeah. Try to trade it for Outcast. Now here's the take-up arms that he knew about for a prowess trigger. 2 prowess triggers. This doesn't feel like a race Mark's winning.
Well, again, Mark has 2 Channel Harms in his deck.
Wow.
He now gets to untap with his first
in his
striker.
pile. We don't know that they're in his deck.
Sure,
Get the
that's
list.
fair. Yeah, we do.
I mean, he left a flying crane technique in his sideboard in the first draft, so this is a man very capable of drafting cards and then not playing them. Okay, feet of resistance, counters of bring low.
Didn't play either one.
Oh, 0 for 2, sure.
Yeah.
See a little faster draw from Andrew down in the lower right. Woe Reaper into Skirmisher.
Oh, and he's got an Aven Skirmisher.
Of course he does. It's Aven Skirmisher's
Well,
weekend.
it's a warrior, so.
It is. It's a warrior. Another Outcast. Another Outlast.
This is the last call for registration for the 3 o'clock.
Yeah, just no good attacks for Valentin. Oh, well, maybe not.
There's
There's the Master of Pearls.
Master of Pearls. Wow. Thought Mark might actually get that game, but Master of Pearls had some other ideas. Yeah. Take up arms into Master. Pretty good. Meanwhile,
we're going to see the Molting Snakeskin on an Aven Skirmisher this game.
Could. Pretty good curve, right? Woe Reaper into Skirmisher into Morph. What's he got for turn 4, though?
Just attacks in the air for 2.
Less exciting. Did not want to attack Woe Reaper into that Morph. And 4 mana. And he was...
Yeah.
Oh, it's 5 mana, of course.
Yeah.
The Whisperer. Yeah, no, you're definitely not attacking into 5 mana.
There's a Tusk Colostodon.
Speaking of curves, Whisperer into Morph, into Flip Ionic Tracker, into Tusk Colostodon. Some fat.
What kind of removal does Cuneo have in his deck? Any?
His player removal.
But no smites or kill shots.
Does 1 pressure point count?
Right. Nope.
He's got 2 harsh sustenance.
We talked about the
That's what
harsh
he's really
sustenance.
got.
Yeah.
Nothing, no destroy target creature effects at all.
Eric's at 15, Cuneo's at 18. He attacks with the Avid Skirmisher and the Sage Eye Harrier. Gets in for 2. He does have a Molting Snakeskin. Plays...
Defensively, regeneration mana available.
Plays a Martin Woe Reaper.
4 power regenerator.
Yeah.
It's not nothing. It's actually 4 power part doesn't actually do anything on this board, but that's okay.
Molting Snakeskin, ladies and gentlemen. Cuneo
He
chose,
took it?
Yeah, he took it. Chose
Rather than
not-
block and regen?
Yes.
It's 3 mana to regenerate, right? I don't have
It
a ton
is.
of experience with the card.
No,
but I'm pretty sure it's
it
3 mana
is.
to regenerate. Not interested.
Maybe he was worried about a trek where he was going to get
Yeah,
2
I
for
mean,
1.
clearly was. And he's still not attacking with it either. I thought maybe he wanted to get his beat on, but He'll settle for.
He wanted regeneration and backup regeneration for the bring low.
Yep, that is exactly what he wanted. And
like,
now
I am
Sage
gonna-
Harrier can block Eye Tracker.
Right.
He can regenerate from a Tuscalostodon attack and still have backup regeneration mana.
Leave it to Andrew Cuneo to slow things down with Mardu, Row Reaper, and Molting Snakeskin. Okay, so Eric Froehlich looks like, well, if I'm not blocking,
I
I'm
mean,
attacking.
it's kind of a free attack, right? I mean, I guess it gives Andrew the ability to attack Eric more easily, but if Eric has anything...
And we're going to get double block on the Tuscalostodon.
Oh, okay. So that actually trades Harrier for Calostodon.
Puts 5 points of power in the way.
Yeah.
The INAC tracker, of course, has first strike, so you're just regenerating from that if you put the...
Right.
You don't get a chance to actually deal damage back.
Eric pauses to think for a lot longer than Eric Frolic normally pauses to think. I think maybe he doesn't have a ton of experience with Mardu Woe Reapers wearing Molting Snakeskin.
He picks up Bring Low mana.
Yeah. Well, if he forces a regeneration out of the Woe Reaper before combat damage, then
He gets to just eat
he gets to eat the Harrier.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's better than losing his Calostodon, right? I mean, he can basically lose a Bring Low instead of losing a Tusk Calostodon. But thinks about it, doesn't do it. There's the regeneration
Andrew
shield.
has to commit the mana to regenerate. He can still Bring Low in response
same
if
play
he wants.
still works.
That's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this way he waited, he passed priority so that Andrew would set up a regeneration shield. This way he gets 6 mana out of Andrew instead of just 3. I mean, I don't know if Andrew had any other instance that he wanted to do, but I mean, you still regenerate here. That's easy. It's just basically Eric saying, instead of losing my Calostodon, I'm going to lose this Bring Low. Effectively turning Bring Low into a 6/5 creature that's in play. Andrew's thinking, though, maybe he has a feat. If he has a feat of resistance, that would be awesome, because now he can kill the Calostodon.
And has a regeneration shield.
Right, the shield's already there.
Yeah.
Okay, he's just going to regenerate. But he was going to think about it. Certainly represented something
So
like
it
a feat.
regenerates, regenerated creatures tap, and are
Yes.
removed from combat.
Correct. So this Calostodon does not take that 4 damage, just takes the 1, Harrier down.
And Cuneo takes 3 from the INAC tracker.
Hilariously, there's now food for the Mardu Woe Reaper, should any future warriors come into play. 1 point of life is relevant when you're being attacked by a 3/3, and you're on 6. It's a weird game. I mean, Andrew can leave Skirmisher back and make basically the same play. Right? He can Skirmisher, Woe Reaper, double block Calostodon, take 3 from INAC Tracker down to 3. I mean,
Right.
it's scarier, but what's his alternative? It still seems like the right line.
Right. Get in for 2 with his other Woe Reaper. if
Or
he
leave
wants.
it back as a
As a
backup
jumper.
plan. I think you attack with Woe Reaper or Skirmisher, whichever one you value less.
Oh, look at
Wow.
this. Attacks with both. Oh, my
it runs
gosh.
it into Surrak.
Surrak, a ferocious whisperer of the wilds. Gives him the 2 green he needs to use his last 3 lands to flash in Surrak Dragonclaw. Gets to
Presumably eat the first the smaller Woe Reaper. I think Eric can take 4. Is it 6? Channel Harm would be awesome here. Harsh Sustenance.
double
Your
harsh
face.
sustenance you.
Take 3. Take 3. Take 4. Andrew Cunio.
Are you kidding me, Andrew Cuneo?
Nope. Not kidding. Eric Frolic is not going to make this top 8, but Andrew Cunio might.
Wow. Eric Froehlich still alive for 3 points.
Yeah.
You know, at X and 3, which
Exactly.
would move him up a little bit further in the Grand Prix points race for the World Championship seat, which he's
Precisely.
likely to get at large anyway.
Right, but American captaincy is a big deal to him.
Yeah.
It's two more points toward being captain of Team USA.
Right. All right, Sandstep Outcast after Wandering Champion. Outcast gets in. Lotus Path Djinn.
Much better curve for Mark Herberholz this game.
Yeah. Force Away has dealt with the token. Lotus Path Djinn and a loot. Oh yeah, there's Mark, just morph and an Einok Bondkin. Rage form, which gotten Disdainful Stroke last time. So, Crippling Chill one guy. Force Away the
another.
other. All right, we're all caught up here.
Yeah, Force Away on the Rage form guy too.
Right,
So the Rage
and-
form goes away. No more double strike.
And
Oh,
the,
we?
and the Lotus Path Djinn becomes a 4 power.
Yup. I didn't see what the Rage form creature was, but players should have seen. Okay, it was a Crag. Yeah, Mark has Valentin down to 6 here.
And has more tappers in hand.
Yeah, he's winning on board. He's got tricks in hand. He's winning the race 14-6. Looking like we're going to see a game 3. Yeah, these guys basically have a loss to give. I mean, if they get to 13-2, somebody's going to miss on tiebreakers at 13-2, but it's very unlikely to be anybody from pod 1.
I was just going to say, the top table.
It'll be, from pod 5 or 6.
Yeah, the person on the top table who falls down to 2 losses is going to do it playing people with the best tiebreakers
Precisely.
in the tournament. So there's a Gore Swine from Valentin Mackle. So Watcher of the Roost flips up. There's also one of those in Valentin's deck.
Revealing a pressure point. It's like, at least I have a flying block. No, wait. No, I don't really have a relevant blocker, do I?
Pressure point taps your flyer. And jamming with everybody.
Sure. And Gorswine's going to trade with somebody. Valentin, isn't that 7? Yeah, no, there's no way he can take less than 7.
Mark Herberholz forces game 3 of aggressive draw from his blue-white deck. Valentin Mackle has the Jeskai deck that maybe Mark was hoping for when he sat down at the table.
Sure. I'm not sure Mark's unhappy with his deck.
No, I don't think he is at all.
Seems pretty good. Bunch of prowess triggers, bunch of prowess creatures. What's Mackle got? I haven't really seen his list yet.
Yeah, tell us about what the cards we want to keep an eye out for from him are. Give me Herberholz's deck.
3 Arrow Storms for Mackle.
Oh, well, we want to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, Bring Low, Heart Piercer, Burn from the red column in cons. 2 Whirlwind Adepts. He's got a Master of Pearls, which we saw. Take Up Arms, which we saw. That was basically the combo that won him game 1.
Yeah, for Mark Herberholz, it's basically a bunch of cheap flyers, 3 Jeskai students to hold the ground, and hopefully live long enough to get an Ojutai on the board.
Right.
His first
Valentin
pick of
has
the
a
draft.
Flamewake Phoenix,
Okay.
Shockmaw Dragon as well, and a Wild Slash. Quite the removal suite. Curves Wild Slash up through Heart Piercer and Bring Low to Arrow Storm on the top of the curve.
So do you have, we watched a couple drafts in between here. Do you have a sense of where you put like Mark Herberholz's deck in terms of a predicted record?
2-1.
2-1, which is
what he wants.
He would be thrilled with. He just wants the top 8.
Or, well, he just wants the Pro Tour invite, I would
Yeah.
think.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
if he missed on tiebreakers but got the invite to the Pro Tour, I think he could live with that.
Sure, absolutely. Although, you know, again, trying to remind people of your sort of Hall of Fame candidacy.
also
a
wants
Grand
the
Prix
top
win,
8,
a Grand
of
Prix win
course.
does not hurt in
No,
that
it definitely
regard.
helps.
And then looking at Calcano's deck, where would you put the double dice and those
I mean, you can't say your expected value is 3-0, but
2.7.
yeah, expected number of wins is probably rounds to 3.
Yeah, Mark Herberholz's deck and Calcano's deck both are, to me, one of the things that really dazzled me about Khans of Tarkir and has kept the format so exciting for me throughout, is the idea that you can be like, well, I like Abzan, I like Jeskai, I want to do this. But you can also just say, you know what? I'm a 2-color deck. This is the spot I'm going to occupy on the curve. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to prey on the other decks. And I love that about this format, that it really lets you sort of adjust the dial.
You can be 2-color, you can be 3-color, you can be 5-color. You can decide how much you care about fixing and get your fixing, or not get it.
So a Jeskai student and a Bloodfire expert square off here.
Seems like an edge that probably goes to whoever's attacking. Neither creature can block an attack from the other with untapped mana.
Oh, God, never. Here comes a Watcher of the Roost over Wind Scout for
Interesting.
Mark Herberholz. Is this going to be a Wild Slash? It is.
It is. Time to gain a couple life.
Yep, gain 2 life. It goes away.
Yeah. Oh, he had to show feet.
Yeah, he had to show feet of resistance.
Expert hits for 4.
Yep.
No 4th land from Mackle, right?
No.
It's on the play this game, so.
So in with the student, and a Wind Scout joins the table.
I think maybe
There's
the
a 4th
Watcher was
land.
bait.
Yeah, that's what I think it was. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to draw. He's got a lot of burn. I'm going to draw something out, and then I'll play my Wind Scout afterwards. Rage form, 4 Mackle, and 4 from the expert.
Be tempted to block here. It's a pretty safe block, right?
It's a good trade for you.
Trade Wind Scout for a 4-power attacking expert. Yeah,
He takes
Mark's
it,
gonna
yeah.
take it. Now, student, what's he got? Misfire Weaver,
Misfire
Feat of
Weaver,
Resistance,
yeah.
Crippling Chill.
Yes, and a land.
So you leave student on defense and see if you can kill a Rage Form creature.
Or you just decide
Oh, you can do
to,
both. You play Weaver and you have Feat of Resistance up, so you get to do both. He's just going to attack in. Really? Okay.
He decided not to attack. Interestingly, with defeat, that rage form is not, that creature's not red.
True.
Right? It's still a manifest
Oh,
creature with a red aura attached to it.
Yeah, but you wind up at 3/5 at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
So I mean, you're not. Jeskai student doesn't lose that fight unless it's a real creature. It's a real creature though. It's kind of a blowout. Wow, he's attacking in.
Mackle
And he
says-
knows about the Feat of Resistance. And Mark knows that he knows about the Feat of Resistance. So Mark is like,
So isn't your conclusion that he has nothing at the end of that chain of logic?
he has an Arrow Storm.
Oh, wow. And he
Mark's
just
face.
aims the arrow storm at Mark's head. Wow.
I wonder,
That sounds like there may
Wonder
be
what
some
Mackle
more
had.
arrow storms in his future. He has 3 of them in his deck.
yeah, Mark's got Crippling Chill up now.
Yeah. Valentin was like, I'm attacking. Nope, you're not attacking. I'm going to cripple and chill that. 6 mana. Yep, that's a Shockmaw Dragon.
Mark's offense has just been a little Little on the small side this game. Watcher got killed. Wind Scout traded for Expert. Student hasn't had a giant impact on this game.
No.
It's basically just been a 1-3. And one turn, Mark tried to leave him back on defense. He just wasn't willing to call Valentin's bluff. Well, we don't know if it's a bluff. Wasn't willing to find out why Mackle was attacking into it.
Right. So he's drawn Force away this turn.
Mark did?
Yeah.
Student attacks in the dragon.
And Valentin,
like,
looks
yeah,
like Valentin
fine,
picks up
I'll
his
take
pen. He's
one.
like, yeah, I'm not. I don't
I'm at
care. Even if you don't
16.
have anything, it's not worth it
Right.
to me. But Mark did have something. He would have been able to force away, feed a resistance, and then force away, get a loot, and kill a dragon.
Misfire Weaver. Takes to the air. Now I have a 3-power flyer, says Mark Herberholz. Now I have a 4-power flyer with protection from red. Kill your dragon.
This is all, I guess, with the Shockmaw dragons. Yep, and then he's going to eat it,
It's not bad.
holding a Jeskai Rune Mark in his hand. But there's an Arrow Storm. It's like 5 more to you. He's just throwing those, lobbing them at Herberholz's head.
Does he have the third one? Is that what's in his hand?
That looks like it's what's in his hand.
Just like I only need to do 5 points of creature
All
damage.
right, Force away.
You're supposed to show us what that
Yeah,
card
yeah,
is.
it was a
Okay,
mountain.
it's a mountain.
Mark gets to loot. Gets in for 5, plays another student.
Yeah, I mean he's ahead on board, but third Arrow Storm.
Right now the Arrow Storm is only doing 4.
Oh, that's true. No
he
attack,
has no more.
raid
He has no
trigger.
more raiders,
That's a big difference.
and he's got that Jeskai Rune Mark just kind of mocking him in his hand.
Interesting. Mark only needs 2 turns.
Do you just kill the flyer?
Oh, if you're Valentin?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you might have to now. Because drawing a creature next turn is not good enough. Yeah, down goes Misfire Weaver. That looks correct. But Mark's breathing a sigh of relief, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was so close. He had to deal with, fortunately he was able to deal with every creature there, because all it would require was an attack.
A chump
from
attack would have
Valentin.
been good enough.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
Bloodfire Expert.
We know Bloodfire Expert's going to go to the air next turn. Suddenly the Rune Mark is gone from a mulligan to a live card.
Not just live,
Yeah, lethal.
lethal. Got anything, Mark? Because my Bloodfire Expert's now a
My
6-power
6-power
flyer. Wow,
Valentin.
Rune Mark for the win.
He ruined Mark.
He did. Ruined Mark.
Mark's still actually not completely ruined yet.
Yeah, but he's got to rattle off 2 wins
He's
now.
sitting at 11-2. He can win. He's to win 2 matches with this deck. Valentin Mackle in tremendous shape here now at 12-1. Wins 1 more. He can shake hands in the last round
Absolutely.
and lock up.
Wins
his
1 more,
top
he
8
can
list.
even lose in the last round.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't even have to show up. Let's go take a break. Okay, we're going to look at Christian Calcano versus Alexander John. We, of course, watched Calcano draft, same as we watched Mark Herberholz draft.
Christian's the one who drafted the High Sentinel Steam deck.
Yes, he did. Sentinels is so more from Alexander John. It's like a +1/+1 counter theme deck.
Sure.
So, Einok Guide, but Einok Guide's actually going to go get a land. It's not going to put its counter on itself. It's going to go get its 4th land. That's a towel. That's what we like to call a towel. Means maybe he's holding a High Sentinel's Horizon.
You think? Think he really wants a 4th land? But he could have had so many +1/+1 counters.
Goes to get in for 3. Dousing Gloom takes out the Einok. Bondkin, but no. It's an Abzan.
Feral Cruciate's
Abzan
the follow-up,
Kingguard.
too.
So Hunt the Weak takes down. Oop! It's a Woolly Loxodon. And then Reach of Shadows takes down the Kingguard before
Feral
Lifelink.
Cruciate doing work.
Yeah.
Can't trade 1 for 5 very long.
No. A second Einok Guide comes down. This one has a counter on it. Oh no! Into the ethereal ambush.
It's gonna eat the 1/1 and take 2.
It's just gonna eat the 1/1.
So now there's 9 power worth of attackers.
But Dragon Scale
Oh,
boon
sure, that helps.
for Christian
Both
Calcano.
wins that fight and gives him a blocker. Had manifested a Hooting Mandrills.
Hooting Mandrills. There's
Nice.
a Pine Walker. Meringue River Prowler locks it up for
Wow.
Alexander John. It looked like Calcano might have been able to stabilize there, but
Played good cards. He tried his best. Did not see a high sentinel.
Okay. Whoops.
Oh, looks like we might see one this game.
Get a little. All right, there we go. This is like when I try to use my DVR and flip past the credits. So there's a Mardu Board Chief. It's when you don't get a token.
I like it.
Morph from Alexander John. In, and there is High Sentinel's Ration. He's like, nope, not blocking it. Ooh, little combat trick there.
What is that? Whatever it is, it just killed High Sentinels.
That's Ruthless Instincts.
Wow.
Untaps, pumps, kills. It also gets reach.
Crazy.
A reach and death touch, that's what it is. It pumps on attack.
Pretty crazy.
Fortunately for Calcano, he has more. Plays an Abzan Battle Priest. Outlasts it. Plays Savage Punch to
Kill.
kill. Yeah, he gets ferocious from the Abzan Battle Priest.
Yep. Now he's got the lifelink going. He's got the damage going. Ruthless Instincts or no, Christian's looking pretty good this time.
Yep. He has the reach of Shadows to kill the lifelinker.
Sure. Dragon Spellman, just make my guy huge.
Yep. Get in for 4. Play the Battlehorn Cruciate.
We're not going to count the amount of mana Christian has here. He took that over a Sandstep Mastodon. And you know what? Sandstep Mastodon would not have triggered that scoop. He never got to 7. He attacked for lethal with the Cruciate. Who needs Sandstep Mastodon?
Sure.
I mean, I think Christian, if he's third picking Aven Skirmishers, you can't have the same human brain capable of third picking a Skirmisher and third picking Sandstep Mastodon, right? The cognitive dissonance there is just too much.
It's like trying to ponder the infinity of the universe.
They can't both be third picks. One of those picks has to be wrong, and Christian has already chosen his team.
So Alpine Grizzly from Alexander John, and a Morph from Calcano.
Beastmaster is not going to trigger,
No.
thanks to the Horde Chief.
And Horde Chief even brings a little friend with him.
Oh, he's going to Awaken the Bear with the trigger on the stack so that he gets a card.
Wow.
And gets to attack with a 7-power Trampler, oh, by the way. This is game 3, right?
This is game 3. Calcano just attacks with the Warrior, plays a High Sentinels of Airration. No black mana in sight for Alexander John this time.
Calc is like, who needs black mana? Just play 2-color deck. You don't have these problems. High Sentinels and the Morph.
Yeah. Sign of Glaciers from Alexander John. He's going to start drawing cards with that Sign of Glaciers. Oh, maybe not.
Ooh, Vinewalker. it still wins the tie.
Yeah.
Beastmaster tie is good enough. Scion.
I'm just saying the tie might not last that much longer.
Sure.
All right, High Sentinels.
So you can go
Gets
ahead
in.
and put your counter on Pinewalker for the extra point of damage there. He's just going to let Beastmaster trigger again.
He's just going to play
He's got
a
better things to do
second
with that mana.
High Sentinels of Irration.
Ethereal Ambush does not seem as powerful as second High Sentinels, not going to lie.
Yeah, Ethereal Ambush from John. Still drawing cards here, but not drawing black mana.
Feels like High Sentinel should be legendary.
Oh, he has the black
two of
mana
them in
now.
play.
He does have black mana now, so. But even if he has the reach, it doesn't deal with all of the High Sentinels. Yeah, it does feel very legendary.
More than one of them in the art, though.
Yeah. So that means you're allowed. That's how you determine how many of them you're allowed to play.
It's clearly not a legendary Sentinel. It's just a whole, a whole wall.
It's like a gargoyle or something. Okay, Alexander John shuffling his mana around.
How much experience do you have trying to defeat 2 copies of High Sentinels of Erishan?
I don't know that that's ever happened. He extends the hand to Krishna. He's like, yeah, no, I can't deal with your
2 High Sentinels,
your 2 flyers.
Oh, jeez, double dragon.